welcome back to my channel. So I have 4 Christmas decor IKEA hack projects to share with you today, and these were all super easy to create, but I'm so happy with how they turned out. So make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the video and give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more DIY and home decor projects, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. For the first project, I created a Christmas garland using a pack of stars from IKEA, along with some natural jute rope and a couple of bells from the dollar store. I started by removing the stars and the bells from their packaging. I had the gold bells from my previous Christmas DIY video, and we've had the red bells in our Christmas decoration collection from previous years. I added small pieces of jute rope to the gold bells so they matched the strings on the stars and the red bells. I tied a knot at the top to secure the rope in place. I also wanted this garland to have a natural organic look, and the jute was perfect for that. In the next step, I grabbed a long piece of jute rope that I got from the Dollar Tree and started adding all the pieces to it. I had 9 stars, 6 gold bells, and 2 red bells in total. I strung these on the jute rope so that the whole garland would look symmetrical in the end. Once all the pieces were on, I spaced them out by about 3 inches and used small bits of hot glue to secure them in place on the rope. I repeated this throughout the garland until I reached the last star. I then cut off the excess jute rope with my scissors. That completed this first IKEA Hack Christmas DIY, and I really love how this garland turned out. You could make a couple of these garlands so you can use it on your Christmas tree. This would also look great styled on a mantle. But since we don't have a fireplace, I ended up wrapping it around the mirror in our entryway, and I think it looks so fun and brings that festive element to the space. In the second project, I transformed 4 wooden ornaments that I got from IKEA to match our Christmas color palette. I love these wooden ornaments as is, but their Scandi style didn't really go with my classic Christmas theme. Since I went with red, green, and gold this year, I decided to add some gold to these ornaments to make them fit the aesthetic of our Christmas tree. I used 2 different techniques to add that touch of gold to these ornaments. For the first technique, I used Mod Podge and gold leaf flakes. I started by lightly sanding one of the ornaments with 220 grit sandpaper. I poured some of the Mod Podge into a plastic cup and used a small brush to apply it to the surface of the ornament. Then, I placed some gold leaf flakes over the Mod Podge and moved each piece around to make it fit the shape of the ornament. I was using a pair of tweezers at first, but found it much easier to just play with the gold leaf flakes with my fingers. I repeated this process around the ornament, and I worked in small sections to make sure the Mod Podge doesn't get messy. I also didn't cover the entire ornament with gold leaves because I wanted some of the wood to show through. But you can totally cover the whole ornament if you want to. I repeated the exact same process with the second ornament and set both aside to allow the Mod Podge to completely dry. The second technique was to simply tape random sections off the other two ornaments and paint them with gold acrylic paint. So I used some painter's tape to section the top, bottom, and middle of the longer wood ornament. I then used a small brush and painted the areas in between the tapes gold. I repeated the same process with the last ornament, but decided to tape half of it vertically and paint the other half. Once I was done, I let the paint fully dry. After about 20 minutes, I slowly pulled the tape off the two ornaments. That finished off the second IKEA Hack Christmas DIY, and I think these ornaments turned out really cute. I'm so happy that they fit our color palette now, and they look really unique decorated on the Christmas tree. For the third project, I created a Christmas cloche using a gold glass dome and some string lights from IKEA. Now I bought this glass dome a couple months ago and used it to DIY a fall decor cloche. I'm planning to reuse this every season to make a new display piece. Anyways, I started by removing the fall decor pieces from the foam that I had previously added to the base of this glass dome. Then, I took the string lights out of the packaging and placed the battery pack on the foam piece. I traced around it with a marker and cut that section out with my box cutters. I was then able to fit this battery pack perfectly in the foam piece to hide it a little bit. You can totally skip this part if you want to, but I already had the foam piece and thought it was better than the battery pack just sitting visibly in the cloche. I also ended up painting the top section of the battery pack with the same gold acrylic paint that I had used on the foam to further hide it from showing through, but I totally forgot to film that part. In the last step, I placed the string lights and an assortment of ornaments and pine cones in the glass dome. I played around with the pieces and their placement to make sure they fit inside the glass once I put it back on the base. Also, if you're wondering how I turn the lights on and off with the battery pack being placed in the foam, I just use a toothpick to turn the switch on the side, and it's really easy to do. And that's really all there is to this third IKEA Hack Christmas DIY. I love how this Christmas cloche turned out, and it was super quick and easy to make. It just looks like Christmas in a jar, and it can easily be decorated in any room in your house to bring in the festive vibes. In the last project, I created a Christmas throw pillow using a white throw pillow cover from IKEA and some felt sheets that I got from Michael's. I had already decided on a Santa hat design for this throw pillow, and I wanted to keep it on the minimal side since I already have other Christmas pillows with busier patterns. So I just found this simple Santa hat picture on Pinterest and printed it out to size. I then used my scissors to cut it out. I separated and cut the red and white sections of the hat too. I also steamed the throw pillow cover off camera to get rid of the wrinkles. In the next step, I placed the red section of the Santa hat on a piece of red felt sheet and traced around it with a black marker. Then, I cut the outline with my scissors. I repeated the same steps with the white sections of the Santa hat using a white felt sheet. Once I had all the felt pieces, I put them on the throw pillow cover and played around with their arrangement. I wanted this design to be off-centered, so I ended up placing it towards the bottom right-hand corner. Next, I used some fabric glue to attach the pieces to the pillow cover. I also put a piece of cardboard inside to prevent the fabric glue from adhering to the other side. I held each piece down for a few seconds to make sure they're secure. Finally, I added a pillow insert to this cover, and that's it for this last IKEA Hack Christmas DIY. I really like how this throw pillow came out, and it complements all of our other Christmas throw pillows and blankets that we've used to decorate our space. I hope that you enjoyed these IKEA Christmas decor DIYs and decide to recreate some of them for yourself. Let me know in the comments below which one of these projects was your favorite, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!